Hi brothers and sisters, now that we know who is George Kavassilas, we now know the agenda. So, in order for this agenda to be understood, we have to go back to the time of this polarity integration. I spoke about this on Genesis part 1 and 2, the Bible version, where this polarity integration game had begun, where the two groups of volunteers, the felines and the carrions, volunteered to be the players of this polarity integration. 45 carrions, the bird race, they look like an eagle, hummingbird, or pterodactyl. Those were the carrion race, and the feline race. So these two groups volunteered to play, and the 12 councils, the creators of the universe, that decided to create their this polarity integration in order for the spirits to continue to grow and evolve. And this is the game that they come up with, and the two groups were given their own solar system. The Orion were given the Orion star system was given to the reptoids. It was fit for reptilian race. It's humid, it looked like a desert weather, And the felines, they were given the Vega star system, the Lyra, and their planet looks like a paradise. So when these two groups started to create their own race, they had to be, because they are in etheric, so they had to be in a third dimension in order for them to manifest and create their races. So they manifested a physical body, but when they work, they use their minds to do their work, so they don't need hands to work. So when the Orion represents the bad guys, and the felines represent the good guys. So when these two groups starting to create the races, when the carrions create their race, they polarize the negative side more in order to create a negative energy, and with the felines they create the positive energy. So the worker class of the Alpha Draconian was created from the reptiles from the river, and mixed with the carrion race, the bird race. I spoke about this on that Genesis part 1 and 2. So I also mentioned that the felines started to create their race too, and created so many experiments, and also the Homo erectus, that they got the gene from the Homo erectus that they created, and that's when these felines started to walk upright. And they created the two strands of gene, the platinum-haired Lyrans and the red-haired Lyrans. The platinum-haired are like taller than the red-haired, but the red-haired, they are more aggressive, more passionate, more active, while the platinum-haired, they are more spiritual and calm people. So they started to create other races by many experiments, and with the first bird woman that they created was a beautiful woman that I mentioned on that video, Genesis part 1, that this woman had mated with the serpent and created the royal line of Alpha Draconian. So that's how the Seekers were born. But the worker class of Seekers were from the mixed genetics from the carrion gene and the reptiles that were created by the serpent on that Orion star system. So when the Orion had already created so many races. Now they're ready for their polarity integration game. So they moved near the Lyra planet to start their polarity integration, and these two groups intermarry to create a royal line, and they promise to keep the pure bloodline of royal family. However, with their polarity integration, there are minor wars going on and misunderstanding, but it's just a part of the of this game that called polarity integration. So by misunderstanding, they had created this big war that ended up destroying the first planet Earth. And this is the very first time that before I continue, let me go back to the Homo erectus. The Homo erectus that was created during that time had no consciousness, and it was just created for the purpose just for experiment. However, when they started creating this, the Alpha Draconians, now they need to eat, and they found this Homo erectus as their food source. However, because of the felines are grateful for the Homo erectus contribution for them to walk upright, they give those Homo erectus consciousness. And also, let me give more detail. When these two races was created, their eyes are like gold, and the other one has blue color eyes. And with so many experiments, they already created so many races, all kinds of races. So let's go to the war that ended blowing up the first planet Earth. And this is the time that the reptilian, the Alpha Draconian, found out that humans taste better than the apes. So they found out that when they consume us, they are more powerful, because we as gods, our body, the way we were created, we have power. So it is like the game of Pac-Man. When you play this game of Pac-Man, and Pac-Man ate the power pill and it becomes powerful. And there's another version of Pac-Man that when Pac-Man ate a power pill, Pac-Man started to become bigger and bigger. It depends on what kind of power that Pac-Man game had eaten. So this is like that. The Alpha Draconians find that they get so much power in eating us. So this is the cause of the big war that So let me just jump. Now we know that this is the reason that they really wanted to gather as many people as they can to go with them, because we are the source of food for them, for everything. Our pineal gland and the pituitary gland are the most favorite part that we like to consume, because you know why? Our pineal gland is the third eye gland. They're both endocrine gland, but pineal gland and the pituitary gland has two different functions. On the time during when we reached December 21, 2012, this is the time where our pineal gland, our third eye, and the pituitary gland will meet, and this is how we become collective mind races, and we can manifest anything we want because of the combination of this power, the pineal and the pituitary gland. This is what the Bible had mentioned, the marriage of heaven and earth. This is the meaning of that. The pineal gland and the pituitary gland now combined the power, so we can manifest anything. We become collective mind thinking. So the reptilians, this is the reason that the reptilians likes to consume us, especially children, because the children, their essence as God, they are still very pure, especially the newborn ones. And the children, they don't like to eat the adults because, when you grow up, you're starting to become bad, and your essence starting to diminish, your God power. So they like to scare these kids to the fullest before they eat these kids, because the endocrine gland really get hyped up so much that it gives them the greatest hype that these alpha draconians feel. And this is the reason that they wanted to gather as many spiritual people that are asleep to go with them, because these spiritual people that being mind or being deceived to go with them, these people have God power, but they are not fully awakened, so they fall on the trick that these alpha draconians did. The portals that George Kavassilas had really introduced big time, heavy endorsement of the Vesica Pisces. He really deceived these people that your Vesica Pisces is your Christ-centered, where God lives, the Christ consciousness. People, the Christ-centered, the heart is the kingdom of God. The heart is the most powerful piece of our body, where no evil can enter. This is the kingdom of God. This is where the kingdom of God lives. George does not say he say the kingdom of heaven. If you notice, George does not really acknowledge our prime creator, because he is on the other side of the God side. They are the side of gods that I mentioned on the other video regarding Asuras. They are these mad gods that really challenge our prime creator, because they know the secret of creation, they know the power of gods, and they really challenge our prime creator and destroy prime creator's creation, and that is us, the human beings. But we have to understand also that they are the greatest teachers for us, because without them we do not know the darkness and the goodness, because we need to learn the both sides of polarity, the good and the bad. And without them to treat us badly, we will not learn any wisdom. So the angelic kingdom did not really want to make war with them. They respect these races, because this race, long time ago, they are the most advanced race in the cosmos. They are the one who started technologies. They are very, very smart. They are very powerful. They are the ones who give the grace extra life when the grays are dying because of the cosmic radiation. They infuse a new life to this grace for a treaty for them to work. Work for us will infuse you another life, and if you don't, your life will expire. So they are like these grays are tied up to the alpha draconians. They had no choice but to work for the alpha draconians, and this is why the grays also are here trying to experiment on the humans here. They were given permission by the heavens that they can come here to this earth to use our body if they can resurrect the race from dying. Because our body, when these 7 wise beings that were here a long time ago created a universal body for the whole race to reincarnate, because on this planet there are so many souls here that gathered here from the explosions of the many planets like the Malona, Mars, what else? Venus, and all those spirits that died. The universal rule is whatever is the next planet that is habitable for humans, this is the planet that they can, colonize. And with that, before, these spirits, I also have to mention that the planet Lucifer also exploded. The planet Lucifer, the planet Malona exploded, that hit Mars and killed Mars planet. But before that, there's so many activities on Mars already, where these reptilians use Mars as the base for genetic, this is the base where everyone uses for genetics. So let's just focus on the alien agenda, why they are really so desperate. So the people were programmed to enter on these Vesica Pisces doorways. George said that these will look like the door of the temple. People, if you look on the Vesica Pisces, it's just like a circle, it's like this, where in the middle, this is the Vesica Pisces in the middle, because that is how their portals will look like. So he really programmed the people to think that the Vesica Pisces are the portals. Why would George tell all of you, George listeners and fans, to stay with Mother Earth in order to ascend, and then he tells you now to enter a portal that looks like the door of a temple? Don't you guys think like something's wrong? If you want to stay with Mother Earth, then stay with Mother Earth. You don't need a portal to go. However, there are two portals that we're going to open, because we are now entering in this higher realm. Mother Earth will start to open her gates, so there will be no protection for Mother Earth. So when Mother Earth starts to open these 11 doorway openings, the organic doorway openings that will show up, there will be two. It looks like a vortex, a spiral. The first one is a third dimensional doorway, and the other one is the fifth dimensional doorways, where us the people can choose which door to take. It depends on what our hearts tell you to take. So if you don't like the other door, you can still go out and take the other door, or you can stay with Mother Earth until the end. And when you're prepared to do that, your body will just transform. You become a light body, and some of the galactic families will pick up those people that are here. So mainly there are three groups of people that will be left on the planet: the asleep, the fifth dimensional people, and the seventh dimensional people. So the asleep, I will feel bad for them that they will perish. So the others, the fifth dimensional and the seventh dimensional, they will just be like disappeared. When this thing happens, they will just go to the fifth dimension of Mother Earth. Now, when George talked about the moon, if you are a moon watcher, sometimes I like to look at the moon, and I know how the moon looks like, especially on full moon. And if you do watch the moon, the moon's color before, it looks like a golden color when you see the moon. Now take a look on the moon, the light of the moon. I wondered before, I said, the color of the moon, it looks different, like it's kind of white now. So I asked that myself, that what's going on with the moon, because it looks like a star. So I was given the information that the moon, the old moon, those reptilians were given the chance to move the moon to Mars. So that is not our old moon. This moon is now going to be our satellite base there where it is like our satellite thing, monitor Mother Earth. So our life in the fifth dimension is great, but there are still going to be, because we are still in physical body, and there are still duality. When you reach the seventh dimension, this is when just the two will be side by side, and will become one with each other. But fifth dimensional, we still have duality, so you have to remember that. So this moon will be our satellite base, that will be like our surveillance. And what else? Don't believe that George Kavassilas will tell you that your twin flame is waiting for you on the other side. When you become a god yourself, you become whole. You are androgynous, so you become whole. You don't need your twin flame, because your twin flame is already within you. When you become happy and contented, that means you have found your twin flame. So if I know many George Kavassilas will not accept this, but my mission is to shed light on both sides, and also shed light on the deception. This way you will find your true journey, your own choice. So whether you want to continue to further your journey, that is your choice. This way you are not being manipulated and deceived. So this is my mission. We have to understand why these dark energies, the negative energies, are so desperate. There are so many evil energies that we are really dealing with, because with the Orion Empire that works, their main leader is the Queen of the Alpha Draconian, which is really the highest leader. So we have to understand that they give us good learning. This is a good school of learning, and we will continue with our learning on the next fifth dimension, because every soul must continue to grow and evolve. So we always find something, any challenges in the future, in order for us to continue to grow. So our evolution continues, and different challenges and exciting things, but I just want to explain why the agenda of this alien are so great. They really need us. They want to eat us, because our essence, our power makes them powerful. So they got their power from us. Sad to say, but we choose it that way because we don't die. It is our body. So I guess that's it. That's all I want to explain. I love you all, brothers and sisters, and I hope you have awakened and choose your own journey. This is your choice. So after this, if you choose, then that's fine. You have made a good decision to continue with your growth. So keep the faith, keep the love, and the kingdom of God is within you. When George said that there is nothing above you and there is nothing below you, the true explanation of that is, do not worship anyone, because we are all equal. We are all one. There is nothing above that you're going to respect and worship, and there's nothing below that someone will worship you. But there are beings above us, which is our elders that were born before us, and there will be more spirits that will be born after us, because our prime creator is a great spirit, and the prime creator did not stop creating children. It continues to grow. It continues to make many beautiful spirits, and these children will be taking this kind of experiences soon too, and we will become teachers, and we will become their elders and advisors. So this is why the galactic family say that we will become teachers, because we have been through this. We learn, we know what's going on, so we can pass our wisdom to our new generation, the new sisters, the youngest brothers and sisters that started to take the lower dimension life. And yes, they will be manipulated big time by these reptilians. So the two doorways are not the Vesica Pisces, okay? They look like a vortex, a spiral, the third dimensional and the fifth dimensional. And the kingdom of God is within you. That is where your heart resides. Your heart is where the Christ consciousness lives, not in the Vesica Pisces. I love you all, brothers and sisters.